Gaborone again played host to the annual Toyota 1000 Desert Race, which celebrated its 25th anniversary this year. 63 special and production vehicle teams entered the grueling event that would, as always, be pivotal in the ABSA Off-Road Championship battle. The format of the Four-Wheel Drive Club of Southern Africa organised event included a 40-kilometre prologue on Friday and two 480-kilometre racing sections, one on Saturday and the other on Sunday. Reigning Class D champions Alfie Cox and Ralph Pitchford showed their proudly South African Nissan teammates and championship leaders Hannes Krobler and Francois Jordan the way home by 43.7 seconds in the prologue. Krobler and Jordan were 40.1 seconds faster than the leading special vehicle crew of Gary Berthold and Siegfried Rousseau in the iBurst Advent Softbat, who won the season-opening Nissan Dealer 400 and were 6 seconds faster than 2004 Toyota 1000 winners Atang Mafekaneni and Bucks Carolyn in the Total Jimco. Former Class E champions Mark Cronje and Chris Birkin piled on the pressure in their Class D Castrol Toyota Hilux to qualify 5th overall and 3rd in the production vehicle category, only 1 minute and 35 seconds behind Krobler and Jordan. Father and son Robert and Gareth Walk were 6th fastest in the Superpaid Chenoweth, in which Greg Dowse and VZ Van Zyl won the Toyota 1000 in 2002, while Walk Sr. won the race in 1994 in a single-seater raceco. 2003 Toyota 1000 special vehicle winners John Ware Smith and Jeff Minnett battled with fuel pressure regulator problems on the Copperlong Hotel Super Team Jimco and had to settle for 7th overall, only 0.9 seconds behind the Walk crew. Class D championship leaders Manfred Schroeder and Alec Harris were 8th overall, 4th in the production vehicle category and 2nd in Class D. The Team Ford racing pair trailed arch rivals Cronje and Birkin by 55 seconds and would find it difficult to gain ground on them in the extremely dusty conditions. KwaZulu-Natal crew Will Battershill and Reg Sutton, who finished 2nd overall in the special vehicle category on the Nissan Dealer 400 in the ex-Terence Marsh Jimco, posted 9th fastest time and would start 4 minutes and 9 seconds behind special vehicle category leaders Berthold and Rousseau. Chris Visser and Jaapie Badenhorst were the star turn in Class E and brought their Tyco Trucks Toyota Hilux 2.7i home in 10th place, 1 minute ahead of Class E championship leaders Hugo and Jaap de Bruin, who struggled with odometer problems, resulting in them wrong slotting on numerous occasions. Arnold Pistorius and Jürgen Stein outqualified the Class B field in their Twin City Raceco and would start 34 seconds ahead of Class B winners on the Nissan Dealer 400, Ernest Corbett and Warwick Goosen, who finished 15th in their Century Property Developments bat. 1990 Toyota 1000 winner Richard Schilling and co-driver Chris Davies were the leading Class S qualifiers in the Plastotech Aceco and would start 19th overall and 10th in the special vehicle category. Some of the notable non-finishers included Class B leaders Evan Hutchison and Trevor Ormerod in the Motorite Racing Bat, which dropped a valve in its 2-litre Nissan engine, and 2000 Toyota 1000 winners Mark Corbett and John Moore in the Century Property Developments Bat, which was plagued with gearbox problems.
Yeah, we had a good run to begin with. First 20 k's went very well, and then the gearbox gave up on us about 10 k's before the end. So it's back to the drawing board for us tonight, and we'll come back to fight tomorrow with a bit of a penalty. The rules work that we get 1.5 times the fastest competitor, so we'll have about a 20-minute deficit to start with tomorrow, but it's a long race, so anything can happen.
I think we've got a good chance for a back-to-back. There's a lot of competition. Most of the competitors in our class have upped the game a little bit. They're running the same engines as us, and sequential gearboxes, which is new in the market. We're still running the old gearboxes, which I know we've used it, we've tried it, it works for us, and it's given us a lot of reliability. But it's a long day, it's a 2-day event. You can make a lot of mistakes. It's very tight, as we saw in the time trials, which I think we had a good run, but there's a lot of power out there, and long sections and slippery sections, rocky parts, and I think we've got a good chance. And if we keep our head together, the car is good, we'll get to go to the finish, we'll get home.
Dion Skuman and Jan Syme limped home with a broken torsion bar mount on the Autopage DuPont Telcom Nissan hardbody. There was drama in the Motorite racing pit.
We had a good prologue. We got lost once or twice, but we were running quick. It was very tight, so yet again the small car worked very well. Our time, I think, is very good. Unfortunately, with about 5 kilometers to go, we picked up a slight misfire. We're not too sure what it is. We don't know if we've dropped a valve, or we're just busy working at it now, trying to see what the problem is. Hopefully we can get it sorted out. If not, we'll be watching the race tomorrow.
Where's the screw?
Service crews were hard at work, which gave the drivers and navigators an opportunity to rest before Saturday's 480-kilometre racing Section 1.
Well, nothing prepares you for this kind of hard work. I mean, I'm at that steering wheel, I'm paddling continuously, left, right, left, and there's times where I just can't go right again, so I just go through trees. And you asked about Evan. I think he's a young guy, half my age, and I think he's got strong arms and he'll have a huge advantage, which is nice. So I must have some other advantage. I must use some more tactics, I think. You know, age does teach you a few things.
4-time Toyota 1000 winner Franz Czepek plays a key role in the preparation and setup of some of the top vehicles in the special vehicle category.
I've taken to the hard body very well, and it's just working for me at the moment. But you know, Hannes and Neil is not here. Obviously, the Ford's pulled out until the new cars are ready. But Hannes is a tough customer. He's got a lot of experience, and it's my first time in the fast pickup. I mean, I remember the D-Bucky last year. We had a full go with Cronier. I think we only won by 7 seconds. So, but no, I think it's as fast as we can go, basically up to the overnight. But I think the real race is on Sunday. Today is just to get the car in one piece, look after it, and we know it from the motorcycle days that Sunday, the last 500 Ks, is the actual race.
We're gonna see it's a long race, and you know, you have to keep the car in one piece. Today it's about 500 kilos. There's lots of cattle, lots of people on the road, and yeah, as you say, I've won 3 races in a row now. I know what's going on, so I'm not too worried to be second, but I think we'll have to stay close to him, because I don't think he's going to give it for us in the plate.
Yes, no, it was the first time where everything came together for us on the prologue. On time, we actually were 15th overall, the quickest time we had this year, and I think we really had a good run. Both are running very well. And but unfortunately then we pick up a penalty because we didn't sign for the driver's briefing. One of the crew didn't sign, so that knocked us back 22 places. It's a long way to go, 1,000 Ks, but unfortunately the dust and the slower guys between us is going to put a little bit of a handicap on us. But guys in front, watch out, we're coming.
Well, fortunately I think that we're in a nice position, just behind Hannes and Francois. They know this route, they know the pace to keep the race at. I'm not really concerned about the guys behind. I think the guys behind are going to be chasing. We'll just hang on to the 2 front runners, Alfie and Ralph Pitchford and Hannes Probler, and keep the race going as tidy and neatly as possible.
The Toyota 1000 Desert Race is regarded as Botswana's #1 sporting event, and there are ever-increasing spectators across the entire route. Gary Berthold has come close to winning the event in the past and wanted nothing more than to beat crowd favourite Atang Magegheneni to the finish line. Mark Cronier and Chris Birkin missed out on the Class D win by 11 seconds in 2004 and were hell-bent on winning the class and finishing on the podium. Reigning production vehicle drivers champion Hannes Probler and Francois Jordan grabbed the lead from their proudly South African Nissan teammates Alfie Cox and Ralph Pitchford, but it was short-lived. The Nissan struck a ditch and damaged the left front suspension and brake disc, and they lost over an hour repairing the damage, which dropped them down to 50th overall. Barring one puncture, Cox and Pitchford had a clean run and completed the 480-kilometre route in 7 hours and 44 minutes and will start Sunday's final 480-kilometre leg with a 13-minute 47-second lead over Class D leaders Mark Cronje and Chris Birkin in the Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i. The Toyota pair had a 53-minute lead over Class D rivals Henry Zematin and Bodo Schwegler in the Mastercraft Ryobi Mitsubishi Pajero, which had finished 16 successive races. Durban-based Zane Pierce and Henny Vosloo were the Class E leaders in the Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i. Class D Championship leaders Manfred Schroeder and Alec Harris retired when the engine on the Team Ford Racing Ranger blew midway into the race, while teammates and Class E contenders Bupumzi Rubeluza and Kulili Fakalisa damaged their Class E Team Ford Racing Ranger when they collided with the Bosel Brospreed Land Rover of brothers Mark and Stuart Moffat. The Bosel team was down to one vehicle after the Nissan Dealer 400, but a shrewd move on their part saw them bring Giel Nel and Peter Newbury in the Bosel Luck ATE Zarco on board. The special vehicle category developed into a dogfight between Gary Berthold and Sigrid Rousseau in the Advansoft I-Burst Bat and 2004 Toyota 1000 winners Atang Magegheneni and Bux Carolyn in the Total Jimco, with the Bat pair edging out the race favourites by 35 seconds at the finish. Shamir Variawa and VZ Van Zyl were third in the Total Porter, with Nick and Ryan Harper fourth in a Class A Bat. Don Thompson and Wally Pooler brought their ageing Sandmaster across the line first in Class B, ahead of the more fancied crews like Class B winners on the Nissan Dealer 400, Ernest Corbett and Warwick Goosen, and reigning Class B champions Marcus Taylor and Mark de Chalane in the JRE. Richard Schilling, who won the Toyota 1000 in 1990, and co-driver Chris Davies survived an encounter with a large tree to retain the Class S lead in the Plastic Aceco. 2003 Toyota 1000 winners John Ware Smith and Jeff Minute were handily placed at the midway service point, but were forced to retire with overheating problems on the Kopanong Hotel Super Team Jimco. Bevan Berthold and Nick Salamalela started 45th in the Advansoft I-Burst Bat Spec 1 and had made up 25 places when the engine management system failed, while 2000 Toyota 1000 winners Mark Corbett and Jean Moore didn't even make the start of the race after the gearbox on the Century Property Developments Bat failed for the second time in 2 days. Thirty-four of the 55 starters made it to the finish of Racing Section 1 of the 25th Toyota 1000 Desert Race, and it was likely that only 50% of the starters of Racing Section 2 would make it to the finish in Gaborone on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I tell you what, the speed is just so low. I mean, I was just saying to one of the guys that I think I saw 5 and 6 splash on the dashboard, 5th and 6th gear, maybe a handful of times the whole day. It was just really, literally second, third, fourth, second, third, fourth, in the twisty trees, and it was really, really hard work. I mean, I can feel it. I'm a little bit, you know, exhausted from, what, I think 7 or 8 hours in the car today. So, yeah, a hell of a day at the office, but a good day. I mean, one puncture this morning, that's all. Kept it on the road. Ralph did a perfect job with navigation, and tomorrow I'm hoping to do the same. I think just keep a good head up to the service point, and then if we have to attack, we will, but at the moment it's fine. The flu, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better, to be honest. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy. we're definitely going to give it a go tomorrow, and it's still 500 kilos. And as I said to Francois, anything can happen tomorrow, you know, to any of the guys, and we're definitely going to put the pressure on. I don't think it's going to be easy to catch either Cronje or Alfie, but as I said, yeah, we're going to definitely not sit back there and wait for them to make a mistake. We're going to chase them.
I see they don't, your cameraman doesn't trust anymore. They duct tape the thing.
Absolutely, the 13 minutes was very, very unexpected for me. I was bargaining on around 35, 40 minutes, but I'm ecstatic. It puts us out of the mass start, which is what I was trying to achieve, and just stay out of the dust and keep it clean. Once you get caught up in that dust, to keep it on the road is so difficult. Visually, you really can't see anything. So yeah, the Bakkie performed exceptionally well today. Of course, being a Toyota, so I can't complain.
Everyone was in good spirits before the restart on Sunday morning. Fans had camped at the venue, and judging by the litter, a good time was had by all. The Castrol Toyota technicians took more than just a passing interest in some of the exotic special vehicles. Crowd control at events is always difficult, but the Manchwabisi fan club seemed to have matters under control.
Well, I've got 30 seconds before a tongue, and I think he's looking for me. We had a good ding-dong dice yesterday, but it's very polite racing, I must say. It's really been fantastic. We moved for each other, and made the best man win, really. He's a very good driver, and I've got a fantastic navigator, Siegfried. I owe him a big thank you. He's done a good job of reading the route. It's going to be good racing out there.
What's your view?
He's a very good man. He's just patronizable. He's a better driver. He just needs to have a punch and I'm gone.
Well, it's going to be a very interesting day, and I wish the best man the best luck.
Don't take me short, look me.
Manchwabisi Fan Club was incorporated in the Ministry of Labour and Home Affairs 25th of March.
We've had a fair run yesterday. The road was marked not very well. We battled a bit with the fact that they've marked the road for the going back today as well as the going there. So we made a couple of mistakes with navigation. We lost about 10 minutes in one stage, and most probably all the guys right in front of us caught up with us. We were way ahead of it. And then about 50 kilometers from the end yesterday, we had a flat tire. And that pulled me back from 6 overall to 8 this morning. But there's a whole day of racing left, so we'll see what happens.
Cox and Pitchford led the field away at the symbolic start set up for the benefit of the crowds. The actual start was a few kilometres down the road. The surviving 34 crews faced a long, tiring day retracing their steps to the finish, with the scoring for the final day based on corrected time.
Yeah, when we got this morning to the car and we warmed up the car, the fuses just blow on the radiator fans, and we didn't know why it did that. And the guys had to override it with a wire from the battery basically to the fans. But it's working well now, and I'm sure it'll be okay. It's just going to run all the time, but it's not a problem.
We're out there today to go and see if we can finish. And that's it.
And the car feels good, eh?
The car's very nice.
Strong, no problems whatsoever. Clean run.
Beautiful. It's just a handful in the sand. You know. The older one was better in the sand.
Smaller, yeah.
Cox and Pitchford again had the benefit of a dust-free track and a 6-minute 47-second cushion over the leading special vehicle and 13 minutes 47 seconds over their closest production vehicle challenger. Gekhaneni and Carolyn nipped into the lead in the total Jimco when Berthold and Rousseau stopped to replace a flat wheel. The Advansoft iBurst Bat crew could ill afford the time lost and would have to fight to pass the reigning champions who have proven difficult to overtake in the past. Mark Cronje and Chris Birkin was second overall in the Class D Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i. Variawa and Van Zyl were in great form in the BMW V8 powered Total Porter and well placed to challenge for the special vehicle lead. Mastercraft Ryobi Pajero crew, Henry Zamatin and Bodo Zweigler were a major threat to the Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i entries, which included Gavin Cronje and Robin Houghton in their battered Hilux, as were Polokwane-based Arnold Duplessis and Johan Knox in the BB Auto Nissan Hardbody, and brothers Yuri and Andre Duplessis in the BB Auto Nissan Hardbody. The top 5 Class D entries were separated by 41 minutes. Father and son Nick and Ryan Harper started 52nd on Saturday and quietly worked their way through the field to 4th in the special vehicle category. Zane Pierce and Henny Vosloo led Class E in the Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i and were followed by surprise Class B leaders Don Thompson and Wally Pooler in the Sandmaster. Next up were Paolo Piazzamosso and Oki Fari, who started 58th on Saturday and had gained 45 places in the Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i. They had Terence Marsh and Michael Whitehouse trailing in their dust in the Nashua Mobile Bat.
This comes.
Cox and Pitchford were on a charge in the proudly South African Nissan Hardbody. Special vehicle category leaders Gekhaneni and Carolyn adopted a more cautious approach, not wanting to wet their overalls or the route schedule. Berthold and Rousseau threw caution to the wind in their efforts to haul in the 2004 Toyota 1000 winners. Castrol Toyota crew Mark Cronje and Chris Birkin had so far had a clean run in the Hilux 2.7i and had 32 minutes in hand over Henry Zamatin and Bodo Zweigler in the Mastercraft Ryobi Pajero. Shamir Variawa and VZ Vinzale had a trouble-free run in the total porter and were 23 minutes behind teammates Mekheneni and Carolyn. Zamatel and Zwegler hadn't put a wheel wrong all weekend and looked set for a well-earned podium finish. And so too did Gavin Cronje and Robin Houghton in the Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i. Brothers Arnold, Yuri and Andre Duplessis held station in 4th and 5th positions in Class D. The BB Auto Nissans hadn't missed a beat and remained a threat to the rest of the Class D contingent. Yuri and Andre Duplessis have enjoyed a better finishing rate than brother Arnold, who has always shown a better turn of speed but lacked reliability. No one can fault Nick Harper for his cautious yet consistent approach, which has produced many podium finishes in the past. Pearson Vosloo had the Class E wins sewn up, provided they continued their new strategy of conserving the Hilux, which has seen them finish the first 2 races in the ABSA Off-Road Championship. There was no stopping Thompson and Pooler as they continued to lead Class B in the Sandmaster. Piazza Musso and Fari needed to make their move on Thompson and Pooler if they hoped to close the gap on the rest of the Class D contenders. And Jordan were up next. They gained 3.5 seconds on Cox in that spectacular move. Special Vehicle Championship leaders Marsh and Whitehouse lost about 5 seconds on Grobler. You're on board with brothers Mark and Stuart Moffat. Reigning Class B champions Marcus Taylor and Mark de Chalane started 57th and had moved up to 2nd in Class B and 17th overall. Mr. Consistency, Giel Nel and Peter Newbury had a steady run in the Bosel Luck ATE Zarco and was 6th in Class A, while newcomer to Class E, George Barkhuizen and Rod Herring, was 2nd in Class E. Veterans Richard Schilling and Chris Davies were the sole survivors in Class S and only had to finish in the Plastotech Aceco to win the class, while David Marsh and Peter Barnard in the Broadhurst Nissan Hardbody were the highest placed Botswana entry in the production vehicle category. Alfie Cox and Ralph Pitchford had victory in their sights and with a 16-minute cushion in hand over Cronje and Birkin could afford to ease their pace in the proudly South African Nissan Hardbody. Much to the delight of the fans, Mekheneni and Carolyn had taken over the lead in the special vehicle category. But where were Bertholdt and Rousseau? Mark Cronje and Chris Birkin trailed the leaders by 16 minutes and were only 14 seconds ahead of their closest Class D rivals. Bodo Bertholdt, father of Gary and Bevan, waited patiently for Gary to arrive.
I don't mind doing that, but I think that it's going like this and like this and like this. Then you better stop and break off. You're going to break off, you'd rather come off.
Right? And this is almost off. That part almost off.
With that break. No, that'll break. No, Gary, that.
I'm afraid
that's it.
No problem.
My family's in Mafeking.
Variawa and Van Zyl couldn't believe their luck as they grabbed second spot behind their Team Total teammates. Zamatin and Schwegler trailed Cronje and Birken by 14 seconds, but had the rest of the Class D field bearing down on them. Despite its battered appearance, the Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i of Gavin Cronje and Robin Houghton performed faultlessly up until now. The first four cars started on their correct race times, but the balance of the field started at 30-second intervals, irrespective of their actual race times, which meant the final results would be scored on corrected time. This meant that Yuri and Andre Duplessis, who were sixth on the road, could finish higher up or lower down on the order on corrected time. Nick and Ryan Harper's cautious approach earned them another position, and they were now third in the special vehicle category. Harper Sr. is the BAT concessionaire in South Africa, following Brandon Harkis's move to California. Zane Pierce and Henny Vosloo weren't far off the Class D pace in their Class E leading Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i, but would shortly have to move over for Hannes Grobler and Francois Jordan, who had over 1 hour and 22 minutes to make up on the Nissan teammates Cox and Pitchford. Piazza Musso and Farid ploughed into Don Thompson and Wally Pooler in the choking dust, as did Grobler and Jordan, which cost everyone valuable time. The dust certainly didn't make life easy for Marsh and Whitehouse. Enjoy the ride with brothers Mark and Stuart Moffat in the Bosel Brospeed Land Rover. The Heidelberg-based brothers have raced together for 7 years and are enjoying their best season to date. Taylor and Terschelane were the new Class B leaders after Thompson's close encounter with the Nissan and the Toyota. Second in Class E were George Barkhuizen and Rod Herring in the ex-Marius van Vuren Toyota Hilux. Schilling and Davies were in top form in the Plastic Aceco and was sixth in the special vehicle category and first in Class S. Former special vehicle drivers champion Giel Nel and Peter Newbury maintained a steady pace in the Bosel Luck 80E Zarco, which is powered by a Subaru engine. Swaziland-based John Thompson and Clinton McNamara had also taken advantage of overnight Class B leader Don Thompson's crash to move up a position. The designated service point at Munchvabisi provided a welcome break for the crews. As to be expected, Cox and Pitchford arrived first in the proudly South African Nissan hardbody.
I'm just keeping it at a nice pace, trying to go as fast as I can go, but you know, we've got to look after the car. It's another 500 kilometers, so there's 250 to go, and there's a problem with one of the drive shaft boots have been cut by either a branch or something, so there's grease come out of the CV. But they'll change it now, and we'll carry on. So we just got to keep it together to the end. I mean, don't do anything stupid.
Can you re-zip this one? Yeah. Can you please give me... I think we've done the odd job now, so I think it's just a matter of nursing it home the next section. We got a puncher about 60 k's out, and the car's going fine. We're under control. We've got the race. Basically, we just need to get the car home now. Nobody's going to beat us unless we beat ourselves. That's it.
There is pressure to get home in one piece. Yes. That will never go until we see the checkered flag.
It was a tough day still this morning. We had a lot of dust this morning, if you can just imagine. But we just kept it cool, and we passed the guys one by one, and about 80 kilos from here, we probably passed Gavin Cronje. So we're happy to, it sounds like we're second in here.
The Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i of Cronje and Houghton was certainly battle-scarred, but still performing well. The pair were locked in combat with Zematin and Zwegler, who were marginally in the Class D lead on corrected time.
It's been quite hard. We've had a fair amount of dust. Fortunately, Henry Zematin made a mistake, and we got past him for the second time. Now there's a nice dust cap for me, so no dust at the moment. We just got to keep it like that, keep it on the sand and off the trees, and we should make it to the end.
That's what's happened with Mark?
We got a note from one of the marshals that he's at gearbox. I don't know, he's retired, something like that.
Driver's side. There's a little blue cooler box, isn't there? Any two balls there as well, brother. Sorry? Two jump line balls there as well. Side.
Keeping him at a distance, because on corrected time he's 3 minutes behind us.
So if you finish behind on his tail, you're right.
That's the plan.
Craig, if Dan comes in, we've got
Got it. He broke a drive shaft, but apart from that, it's going well today. Much better with the second gear, so we hope we can get it to the end.
Yeah, we just maintaining our pace. We got quite a good lead in our class, so we don't want to break anything. We're just trying to keep a steady pace and keep it all together till the end.
Any problems?
No, we haven't had any problems yet. We're a bit down on power, but we're just nursing it home.
Kom! Ja. Dat wordt ook correct.
What's the push up there?
Yeah. You want to get it away? Bend it up a bit, otherwise you're going to lose your window. Get it to this? It's rough and dusty, but we're going strong. Just got caught up in a tree here now. Damaged the pillar on the other side. Boring a puncher, we've been going strong. We just want to get to the end there, and I'm sure we'll have a position if we make it to the end.
It's going very well. That's now our fourth section of this 5-section race. We completed it well. Gosh, I got shaken in this last section. It is so rutted. The soft sand has moved away and it's in ripples, and it was really hard work, but Giel's doing a fantastic job driving at the moment. Very low on fuel as we came in here, but we'll refuel and we'll be out for another 240 kilometers and we'll make it home.
He's gone home.
No, it's all the way around. All the full length.
It's torn, Richard.
Yeah, it's rough, eh? The roads are really been eaten up. We're feeling the pain of being towards the back of it, but we're going for that finish. That's very important. There's still a lot of guys going, and we've got some time to make up, so look forward to the last 270. Yeah, we've had a wheel come off today, and a few other problems with the engine management system, but we're going to overcome that.
The peace and tranquility of this rural community was about to be shattered.
Yeah, I've been waiting for this guy since yesterday. The first time, and it feels good, huh? We've seen now. Cheers, man.
15 minutes.
Alfie Cox and Ralph Pitchford revelled in the conditions. The special vehicle leaders, Makhekeneni and Carolyn, had victory in sight, while Grobler and Jordaan's mission was to give the proudly South African Nissan squad a 1-2 finish.
Hy is 'n kraal deur hierso. Links daar af. Ja. Reguit af daai kant hè. Ja, reguit.
Enjoying the desert race.
Gavin Cronje and Robin Houghton were the leading Class D crew on the road, but trailed Zematin and Zwegler, the actual leaders on corrected time, by over 2 minutes. Zematin and Zwegler knew the nimbler Toyota Hilux had the measure of their Pajero and had to pull out all the stops to maintain their hard-earned Class D lead. Shamir Variawa and VZ Van Zyl were happy to hold station to protect a potential team total 1-2. Cox and Pitchford were less than half an hour from the finish and adopted a cautious approach through the donga that put their teammates out of action the previous day. Grobler and Jordaan were even more cautious. Atang Makhekeneni and Bux Carolyn could smell victory. Cronje and Houghton had whittled Zematin and Zwegler's Class D lead down to 30 seconds and were headed for a nail-biting finish. Neither crew had any idea what the other was up to, so it was a case of keeping the pressure up all the way to the finish line. Paulo Piazzamusso and Oki Fari were 6th on the road in the Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i. Shamir Variawa and VZ Van Zyl put up an impeccable performance in the Total Porter and were 40 minutes ahead of third place Nick and Ryan Harper in the Audi V8 powered Bat. Marcus Taylor and Mark Deschelaine nursed an ailing gearbox on the JRE to move up to 4th place overall and 1st in Class B, while in Class E, Barkhuizen and Heering, albeit first on the road, actually trailed leaders Pearson Vosloo by 12 minutes. Zane Pearce and Henny Vosloo's Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i was unscathed and, barring a good clean run, was ready for another 1,000 kilometres. Class S leaders Richard Schilling and Chris Davies had a troubled day in the Plastotech Aceco, but persevered to the finish. John Thompson and Clinton McNamara in the Mormon Zarco were 3rd in Class B on corrected time and being chased by eventual Class B runners-up Don Thompson and Wally Pooler in the Sandmaster. The unlucky pair could have fared much better had they not been involved in the early morning accident. A maiden overall win for Alfie Cox and Ralph Pitchford, and Nissan's 4th successive Toyota 1000 victory.
We pushed it as hard as we could, and I'm just over the moon. Ralph's done a fantastic job. I mean, navigator that I could really ask for. Honestly, never put a foot wrong for the 2 days, and that's what you need. You need a team to make this whole thing come around, and especially the mechanics, they worked hell of a hard, and the hard body's been unbelievable. I mean, we thrashed this thing, you can see it, there's just pieces left of it, and we just want some more.
A 2nd successive Toyota 1000 victory for Atang Makhekaneni and Bucks Carolyn.
Well, having done little practice and testing, it just proved that our car is so reliable. It's unbelievable. I never thought we'd be here today, and I thought, because again I haven't been going to gym much lately, so I'm surprised we're here. As much as I told Gary this morning that if he gets a puncture, we're gone, we're going home. We did it. And I'm glad again to be home to see so many people behind us, and I hope the support for the sport continues to grow.
That's the first time we've won our class in a national. Many years ago we used to win it pretty regularly, but ever since it got competitive it became more difficult, and we've been trying so hard to keep the car in one piece and get the record, you know, to get 17 finishes straight in a row. For us has been a serious achievement. We're really happy with that, but now the gloves are off, now we race.
It's a magnificent win, and I put it down to the team of Brian and his crew. I mean, they prepared the car magnificently. They never missed a beat for 1,000 Ks. We kept it tidy, kept it on the road, no punches, didn't push too hard both days, just kept it running 80%, and yeah, we came out clear winners. We're excited about it.
What's your camera? We had a gearbox problem on Friday in the prologue, so we didn't start the prologue, and put our spare gearbox in, expecting to do maybe 100 or 200 Ks yesterday, and we've run the whole event without any problems. We had a slipping clutch, so we have to nurse it a little bit, but otherwise it was an absolutely fantastic event. We enjoyed it thoroughly. We had tried really hard, I say, the first 200-300 Ks yesterday,
but then once the clutch started slipping, realised I was just trying to get it home, and it just seemed that it was a quick enough pace to be in front. We're a bit unfortunate for Ernest Corbett, because really he should have been here. He wasn't well enough to be competing today. And Don Thompson had a clash with Piazza Musa, so that put our main two contenders out. We just really had to get it to the end.
Delighted to get the car home. Delighted too for Chris. It's his first class win and finish in an off-road race. Having been a biker, I think he now knows that the car guys aren't that soft.